Hi guys, it's me Marty and welcome to this edition of First Impression February. So I have a very special first impressions for y'all today because it is my first dealings with this brand. I have two different foundations from Laura Mercier. So y'all know my TJ Maxx hauls and how I love them and how I go constantly back and forth to them. This product, it's two foundations from Laura Mercier. I've heard of Laura Mercier forever, and when I saw them at TJ Maxx for how much? $12.99 each. I don't know where the price is. Yeah, $12.99 each. I decided I obviously had to purchase them because I have seen so many influencers, so many makeup artists, so many everything constantly using these. So I decided to give them both a try since they were together $24 and one of them retails for $48 on a regular basis. So both these are $48. I got them for $12.99. I was so excited to get them. So again, that was a TJ Maxx haul. TJ Maxx hauls are amazing. So if you want to see what I think of these products, how I use this one to get this look, and what I think of this one as well. I reviewed this one as well. It was after this review. So you can just keep on watching if you want to see that. Also, at the end of this video, I do have a Black Beauty profile. All right, people. So the first Laura Mercier foundation that I am going to be reviewing today is the Flawless Fusion Ultra-Longwear foundation. This is the bottle. This is the box, obviously. It's gorgeous. So this shade is 2W2, which is Butterscotch. So let's see what Butterscotch has to offer me. Oh my God. Okay, so looking at, this is the bottle, the box. It looks just like the rest of her products. Just a pretty simple, kind of weird, taupey, really dark, really, like a violet-based brown. It's not a hot brown. It's a very cool tone brown. And then you have all the writing in that silver. TJ Maxx put the huge price tag there, $12.99. On the packaging, y'all see it? It has like little zebra stripes. I didn't notice that the first time I saw it. So I did not try this foundation out yet. I did get it at TJ Maxx. Looks like someone probably sampled it to see what color they were. Ugh, people are so ghetto. And so anyway, whatever. Let me get the packaging real quick. So this again is the Flawless Fusion Ultra-Longwear foundation. Apply to clean skin with Laura's foundation sponge or fingertips for best use. Use with preferred Laura Mercier primer. Okay, so this one doesn't say shake. A lot of the products, a lot of the foundations I've been trying lately want you to shake and shake and shake and shake and shake the crap out of it. This one doesn't do that, so I'm excited to see what that means. So this Ultra Longwear foundation, I wonder if it doesn't say if it's medium. Laura's longest wearing foundation seamlessly fuses to skin with a weightless layer that looks, fits, and feels like a second skin. Moving with your every move, skin-enhancing pigments fused with ultra-longwear for our most modern, flawless, medium to full coverage that's naturally you. Leaves a matte finish that's never dull or flat. So, it seems like this is going to be similar to the Born This Way foundation, which is my all-time favorite foundation of life. I'm going to go and color correct some things on my face to give it a fair shot, and I'll be back to go over this foundation, to do our demo for this foundation. I'm excited. Okay, so I'm extremely annoyed right now. So in order to make up for that, I'm going to play with makeup, which makes me happy. I don't even want to get into, y'all, just whatever. And hopefully it covers up all the idiocy in my life right now. So let's see. I'm going to apply it using this Anastasia Beverly Hills blender, sponge, whatever, since it's, I use it all the time foundation. This is like my foundation sponge. It's so good. They suggested I use a Laura Mercier sponge. I'm not going to buy a sponge for every different brand of foundation I own. So I'm going to, did I wet it? Let me see. Let me wet this beauty blender. I may not need it to be wet because the foundations I have tried recently are all super liquidy. Like they all are super fluid. So I'm not sure how this is going to work with this one now that I'm color corrected. So I'm going to just apply a pump here. Okay, it didn't need to be shaken. It's just, it goes on great. So I'm going to do my 5 dots. Okay, it's a little yellow, but again, all of the foundations I've been trying recently have been pretty yellow. And then as I'm blending it in, the Butterscotch will turn into whatever my face actually is. So I'm just gonna bounce it, bounce, 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 baby, bounce, baby, bounce, bounce, bounce. Okay, it's good. It's covering the color correct. Ooh, okay, I said it was good. It looks good in the mirror, but on the camera, it looks great. Wow, okay, so I'm just bouncing it in with this, with the broader side. I am gonna put a little more because I always do the 5 dots just so I don't have to use more than is required. And then if I need to go back, I'll go back and just, so like there in the corner, like I did not put a lot of foundation on this thing at all. The fact that it's just gliding over like this is just beautiful and insane. Cool. I know I usually talk a lot while I'm working, y'all, but today I'm just so annoyed I can't even. But not at this foundation because it is beautiful. Laura Mercier, y'all. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but this foundation is beautiful. And I've heard about Laura Mercier for decades. I just never could afford it. But of course, now that it's at TJ Maxx, obviously I can't afford it. But this foundation is gorgeous. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't look super flat. It doesn't look horrible. It is really, really beautiful. And I really, really like it a lot. It looks beautiful. It looks gorgeous. Yep. So here we are. Looks good. So I'm going to go finish the rest of my look, and I'll be back to kind of talk to y'all about what I think about this. I mean, obviously it's gorgeous. I don't know how much more I need to say. It's very pretty, but I'm going to come back after I do the rest of my makeup so we can talk about how it blends, how it holds powder, all that good stuff. So I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so this is the finished look using the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra-Longwear Foundation. This is what it looks like, y'all. It's really good. I did go back and spot conceal some spots, some areas, but really, I mean, the coverage is amazing on this. So just a quick reminder, this was $12.99 at TJ Maxx. It retails for $48. And I just really, really love it. So if I'm judging just this one on its own, it is going to get 5 diamonds because it's amazing. And so, yeah, and now I'm going to go to the next one. We're going to do the next review. It is going to be the Silk Creme Moisturizing Photo Edition Foundation. So this is the final review for that one. Okay, guys, so if you cannot tell, I am already color corrected because this is how my face looks regularly. So this is the second foundation from Laura Mercier. This is the Laura Mercier Silk Creme Moisturizing Photo Edition Foundation. So I'm excited about it because I've never used these Laura Mercier foundations are the first time I've ever bought anything from Laura Mercier. So I'm just super excited to see what the vibe is. And can you believe, again, that it was 13 bucks at TJ Maxx from like 50. What was it, 48? Yeah, so from 48 to 13. Like literally 13 is NYX prices. No offense to NYX. I love NYX. The products are great, but price point wise, yes, that's the same price. So I got this shade Chai. The packaging is just like the other one, that brown, very simple, very elegant, timeless, classy. And the inside though is, okay, yeah, it is different. I remember I pull them out a little bit in the store so I can see the shade and see how close it is to me. So Chai looks like it might be a little bit light, but you know, we can always fix that. So box, I'm going to put the box down. So elegant, beautiful. Again, Laura Mercier is Laura Mercier. Who would be surprised? I wonder what photo edition means. Like, why is that? So it says on the back, well, I didn't go over the packaging with y'all. Let me go over it. It's a really dark, pretty, like chocolate brown. And you almost can't, it almost looks like there's nothing on it, like this way. But when you turn it into the light, it highlights Laura Mercier in like a weird, like silverish taupe color. It's like the same color as the bottom, which is nice. And these kind of packages, y'all know I love because you can put them on your counter. Well, not like this because my hand is not flat, but I'll use my little notebook. So you can put them on your counter like this if you keep them out like that. I don't keep mine out like that just because I just don't have space for it, but you know. So directions, let's see. The technique. Shake well before using and apply a small amount with a sponge. Blend lightly into skin for a flawless, luminous finish. So while I was in the store looking at it and trying to decide if I wanted to get both of them or not, I looked at this one like kind of like it reminded me more of like a tinted moisturizer was what I was wanting from it. I'm just shaking it well because I've learned if they tell you shake well on a foundation, they usually mean it. Let me back y'all up a little bit. So yeah, usually if they tell you shake well on a foundation, they mean it because that crap will spit all over you and it's ridiculous. All right, so, it didn't have a cover on it. I'm not going to blame that on Laura Mercier since it came from TJ Maxx, honestly. But, yeah, so we'll see when it comes out what it's looking like. If it's looking weird, obviously, I'm not going to just ruin my face just to review a foundation. So we'll see what it looks like when it's out. I'm going to wet this sponge. I don't think it says, okay, yeah, it doesn't say to wet the sponge, but I'm going to wet the sponge. I don't think it says that it's supposed to be super. So I'm going to wet the sponge a little bit. I'm not going to wet, I'm just going to like dampen it. All right, so it says to apply a small amount, which a lot of foundations say that. And then when you start actually applying it, it's like, small amount, I need far more than that. Okay, this one, I don't think I'm going to need more than that. So this is what it looks like coming straight out of the tube. It looks actually kind of thick to have been in that tube. Okay, this shade is a little bit yellow for me, but I can, we'll make it work. So I'm buffing it in. It is going pretty much right over the skin. It is going right over the color correct. Wow. It feels super duper light though, y'all. I will say it's like really, really light, really light. Now this is always a problem area because I break out so bad on my chin. So I always have a lot of color correct there. So let's see if it goes over it. Okay, yeah, went pretty much right over it, so that's good. I have to put more concealer on that pimple. See, I don't know what's been going on with my chin, y'all. She's been acting crazy. Wow, I might not even, I was going to have to mix this foundation with something else to bring it down a little bit. But look at between my neck and my face. I mean, it kind of like some kind of magical way turned into my skin tone. So I'm not mad about that. I'm very glad that I will not have to redo it because I was not in the mood for that tonight. Yeah, like, I mean, it's super easy to blend out. And I've heard about Laura Mercier for years, but I didn't know what to expect. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When I grabbed these two foundations, let's take a little bit more because at the tail end of my little drop I just put, there was a little bit of like water or liquid in it. So I'm gonna mix it a little bit more before. I just want to do a little bit more here. And if y'all didn't notice, all I did was the little 5 dots I always do, like a little bit on the forehead, a little bit on the nose, so on, so forth. So I'm gonna beat this with a bigger part a little bit. Now, the color correct orange never goes completely away. You don't really want it to because it can kind of make your bags pop back up again. Not bags, but your dark circles kind of pop back up again. So I don't usually, I'm not upset if it's not completely invisible. I'll make it invisible with under eye highlight, Okay, but I will show you guys this just because I don't know what that means for the skin, but I'll show it to y'all anyway. My sponge did this. I've never had that happen on my sponge with a foundation. So again, I don't know what that's going to do to the skin, but different. So I'm just trying to push it in case that's just excess product sitting up there. Okay guys, so I'm going to go and finish up the rest of my look and I'll be back later. Okay guys, so I want to really quickly review the second one and then I'll do both of them together. So the Laura Mercier Silk Creme Moisturizing Photo Edition Foundation. So I got it again in the shade Chai, which is 4W1. So I wanted to show y'all the close-up of what it looks like. It is really, really good. Like this foundation is it's super duper lightweight on the skin, which is awesome. And it gave a lot of coverage, which kind of surprised me. It looks to me too really natural. It's just, I really, really like it. And so for $12.99 for this coverage, when, NYX Total Control drops is $16, that's insane. So this is another great deal from TJ Maxx and I am really excited about it. So judging this one on its own, it would definitely get 5 diamonds because I love the coverage. It's buildable, but it doesn't feel heavy on the skin. And I really, really like this one. So definitely 5 out of 5 diamonds for the Silk Creme Moisturizing Photo Edition Foundation. Okay guys, so thank you so much for joining me for this double edition of First Impression Fridays featuring these two beautiful Laura Mercier foundations. One being the Silk Creme Moisturizing Photo Edition Foundation, the other one being the Flawless Fusion Ultra-Longwear Foundation. Both of them retail for $48. Got them both at TJ Maxx for $12.99, so $13 for both of them. Just so if y'all need it, again, just a reminder, my shades for the Silk Cream is Chai, and for the Flawless Fusion, I'm shade 2W2, which is Butterscotch. Since it is First Impression Friday, the Black Beauty profile today is, oh my God, I'm so excited about this one. Like when I came up with this concept, this is literally the person I was thinking about. Mother of all mothers, RuPaul. So just a little background if you're not familiar with RuPaul outside of Drag Race, or not familiar with RuPaul at all. I guess there are some people that are not. So RuPaul is, I took some little notes. All right, so I'm not sure I even have time to acknowledge all of the accomplishments that Mama Ru, like there's so many things that he did. So I'm going to just start off with gay rights because there's so many, or not even gay rights, but just making so many strides, for the gay community. Like it's insane how much he did. Okay, so RuPaul pretty much put drag on the map. Like, I don't think that many people knew what drag was or, what it incorporated, what it meant until RuPaul stepped out, because RuPaul was literally on the national, international stage with it. Like, it wasn't just, New York or the ballrooms or like the underground situation. It wasn't that. Like, RuPaul was on TV. So RuPaul was in movies. RuPaul was on the radio. RuPaul was on TV. It was like he was in major motion pictures. As a matter of fact, the first time I saw or remember seeing or knowing about a gay person, it was RuPaul in the movie Tu Mang Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. If y'all have not seen that movie, please, oh my God, go see it. It is so funny, but so relevant. And it's so funny how many of the messages we can still take with us to this day. But anyway, so RuPaul is right at the beginning of it. And like, that's one of my favorite movies of all time. It was my grandmother's favorite movie, and we used to watch it together all the time, and she loved it. Loved it. And I'm sure there are some people that's going to argue like this one person that was like, 500 fans deep and was the real father of our mother or of drag, however you want to slice it. And that might be true, but let's be honest, Ru put it on the main stage. Do not play with me and say he didn't, because hi, RuPaul Charles. So RuPaul, in my opinion, didn't just like break boundaries. He like demolished barriers. So he was on the radio in 1993, and I still have this song to this day on my Bad B playlist. I'm just gonna say Bad B because I don't want to get in trouble on YouTube, but he's on my Bad B playlist with this song, Supermodels of the World. And if you don't know the song, Supermodel of the World, and if you don't know the song, I'm sure you've heard the clips of Cover Girl, Turn to the Left, Cover Girl, no, Turn to the Right first. Cover Girl, Turn to the Right. Cover Girl, now turn to the left. And if you don't know, it's like, if you need a turn up track, that's your turn up track. So Supermodel of the World was like the first big thing. It was on the radio. It ran in all the clubs, and it was featured on MTV. So there was a video of a drag person on MTV, which was the biggest music station at the biggest music channel at the time. And yes, there was actually music at that time. We're talking 1993. So think about where we were in 1993, gangster rap and grunge, pretty much, not 1993. And here you go with this fabulous, amazing RuPaul just up there giving it everything, and it was amazing. So at that time, I was like 5, so I kind of knew what was going on, but I didn't see it as anything different. That's not kind of how me and my sister were raised. We just kind of, everybody was them. It was just like, who cares? But I understand not everybody's raised that way, so this was a big deal to a lot of people. So as a Black gay man, not only was he on MTV and more progressive places like that, but he was showing up all over TV. So like, he was on Arsenio Hall. He had a guest spot on All My Children. So there's that, whatever. And he even wound up with his own TV show, The RuPaul Show, which he had everyone as guests on there from like Nirvana to Diana Ross. I mean, hi, like insanity. Who does that? So in preparation for this, I wanted to make sure I had all my information right. So I went back and watched a bunch of things. So in more recent history, if you watch RuPaul's Drag Race, you know what I mean? In most recent history, RuPaul created RuPaul's Drag Race and DragCon. So if you have not seen or heard of DragCon, I want to go so freaking badly, but it's expensive, and it's always in like New York or LA. So they're both really like far away from here in Little Louisiana. Drag Race has become a cultural phenomenon. Like, I remember watching the first one with Jujubee and like all of them on there. Like, I remember, was that the first season? That might not have been the first season. That was the first season I originally watched live. I did binge watch all of them afterwards, including the All-Stars. Now there's the UK Drag Race. So yeah, but that is like right now, everyone's watching Drag Race. Everyone loves Drag Race. It's really, really popular right now. And it's given so many drag queens who were, maybe Insta famous, maybe famous in the clubs, maybe famous wherever, maybe were known by a lot of people, but it elevated everyone's status so much. I mean, Drag Race is just, if you ever want to just sit down and have a good time, go watch Drag Race because it's amazing. Also, something else I wanted to say about Drag Race, it is more than 10 years deep. And it is now like global. RuPaul was also the first ever Mac girl. I don't know if he did Viva La Glam. I think he did. And I remember he had on the red outfit, and he's like posing in the most amazing silhouettes that I've ever seen. But anyway, so he was also the first Mac girl. So on all of the Mac promotions, so for you to have a man, again, a Black man as the face of Mac Cosmetics, which was the biggest cosmetics company in the world at the time. It's still pretty big now, but they're not like as vocal because they don't do as much with influencers except Patrick Star, but that's tough another time. Like literally the world, pop culture, and what we use as vernacular, the way we speak, the way we dress, the way we think, a lot of it, like the world would be a different place if it wasn't for RuPaul. Like Trailblazer is a major understatement when it comes to Mama Ru. So obviously RuPaul is an extraordinary example of Black beauty. Not only Black beauty, beauty all over the world, and beauty for every sexual orientation, every race, everywhere. And he just kind of changed the way we look at beauty, the way we think about beauty, and the way that beauty can inspire us. So thanks so much for watching this week's edition of First Impression February. I'll see you next week. Please subscribe to the channel. Now, sashay away.